What's going on, fellow Walking Dead fans? Solid Dave Snake here, continuing my reviews for the Walking Dead TV Series 8 action figures by Mcfarlane Toys. And for this review, we're going to go over the action figure that I was personally looking forward to most in this series. And that is the action figure that we finally get of Morgan Jones. And this is not the only version that you can get of Morgan Jones in this figure. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you have already noticed that I've done a review on the box set, Bloody Morgan with the Impelled Walker. So it is a slightly different version, pretty much all the same accessories except for the hood and alternate head, and he comes with a hood down on this bloody variant. So there are some minor differences. Oh, and he has blood splash on his bow staff and his M4 as well. So slight variations, but it should be pretty easy to get a hold of Morgan because he is 3 per case in this individual card, and then these stores are getting cases of 4 of the box set. So should be fairly easy to get your hands on a Morgan, but I'm really happy they did him, and he has high marks in all categories of sculpt and likeness to Lenny James, the actor that plays Morgan. Great accessories. He comes with the most accessories out of any of the figures in this series, and is very well articulated too. So you'll be able to pose him in a lot of dynamic ways for dioramas and setups. But there's a lot to go over, so let's just jump right into him, and we'll take a look at his bow staff first. And he holds it very tight. The grips for his hands are really tight, which is good for this bow staff. And pretty basic, but there is some nice etched in detail for the wood grain. And the paint is perfect for it as well. It really does look like wood. And it almost has a curved look on some of these pieces of the wood grain. So, real nice piece and a must-have for Morgan Jones. And slung around his shoulder, I have his M4 assault rifle with a scope up top. They are starting to give this same exact rifle to a lot of different figures in this TV series Walking Dead action figure line now, since the Woodbury Assault Rick, and a couple figures in this series now. And it has a nice bit of silver coming out of the black to show a little wear. So that really looks good, and of course the strap is pliable, so it's easy to get around his shoulder. And one of my favorite accessories he comes with is the backpack, which, if you can see here, it kind of pops out, but you can plug it in right back here. It's tight. It wants to pop out a lot. It's a real tight fit. As you can see, the straps going over his shoulder are real snug. But once you have it plugged in, it does look great. A lot of detail on this pack. A lot of different compartments and straps. Nice detail in the folds and wrinkles to the sack itself. And to take it off, you just pull out this end of the strap, and it will come over. And then you just straighten out the other arm and remove. And now I'll give you an even closer look. And there you can see the slot that this strap goes into. Even a little pouch here on one of the straps on the sides of the sack. So, very nice accessory. Nice to start seeing some of these backpacks come with different Walking Dead action figures, since they're usually carrying them around. And now the other 2 accessories are kind of alternate looks for him. One being this hood, which, as you can see, there is a plug for it here in the back, a hole for the peg in the hood, and it snaps in there real nice. and it gives it a pretty seamless look if you have it in there nice and snug. And then he comes with alternate heads, which the one I have on right now is how he looked in Season 5 whenever he was traveling to find Rick. And it almost looks like a paintball mask, but I believe it's a ski mask. And the strap goes all the way around his head. And to change heads, it's very easy for Morgan. Pops out very gently. You don't need to apply any heat whatsoever. And you can see on the alternate head, the hole in the bottom goes right in that peg, that ball peg. And now you have Morgan without the mask. Which, this head sculpt is one of the better ones in the series. The paint job on the hair, they kind of left out little spots to make it look like a scalp coming through, but I don't really think that came out all that well. It just looks like missed paint spots, because it's there in some spots and then it's darker in others. Kind of had that same thing going on in the 2-pack as well with the bloody variant. But I think the eyes came out real nice. Beard came out good. Looks like Lenny James. Did a great job with the head scan for this actor in this action figure. And of course his attire is what he was wearing while he was traveling to DC. And there's a nice black wash going on. Give it that weathered look on his jacket. And even on his pants. His shin guards came out great. Straps going around the back. And his boots came out real nice as well. And on my bloody variant, I thought this was blood on the shoelaces with the other one, but since it's on this one as well, I guess these laces are just supposed to be red. Each individual lace is red, so I guess it's just some different shoelaces he has on that foot. And I thought that was odd. Of course, he has the black gloves on. So, I really love the look for him. And articulation-wise, he is really good. He has a double ball joint here on the head. If I pop this off again, you can see it's a ball joint down there in the neck, and then the bar, and the one going in the head. So, you can get a lot of movement out of him. You can get him all the way around, look really far down, and really far up, and get a lot of tilt because it's on that bar, and even a side-to-side motion. So a lot of articulation there at the head, and then he has a ball joint and a hinge at the shoulders, which won't quite go up to 90 degrees, but close enough, and spin all the way around. And same thing at the elbows, which will pretty much go almost up to 90 degrees and back straight. Rotate all the way around. It's got the ball joint and hinge at the hands, which will let you hinge that far up, that far down. Rotate all the way around. He has a cut at the waist, which you can just get a little bit of twist out of because it's restricted from the jacket. And the jacket actually restricts the kicking up motion for his hips as well, and kicking out. So a little restricted there. And then on the knees, you can get him to bend up to 90 degrees, back straight, rotate all the way around. And his foot's on a ball joint, but you really can't get much up and down movement, just side to side because of the way the pants are. So all in all, this is one of my more favorite figures out of this series. And if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, I'm sure you like Morgan Jones, and you'll definitely want to add him to your collection. So High recommendation in my book, guys. Go get him. He shouldn't be hard to find. He is $3 per case. And stay tuned, because there are a lot more Walking Dead TV Series 8 action figure reviews coming up soon.